Okay, good evening, friends. So today we are back with another video, and today we are going to do a Q&A session, which is going to be very interesting for you. So, guys, let's see. Now I'm going to ask a question to Arvind. So,
Sure.
Arvind, after 7 days, you have an interview, and you have only 7 days.
Exactly.
And the interview
Yeah.
is technical interview. Then tell
Yeah.
me about 10 topics what you are going to cover in your last 7 days.
Yeah. Sure. So, uh, uh, giving my answer in precise way, I'll cover object-oriented programming and
Okay,
a database management system, computer
okay,
network,
okay,
operating system, data
okay,
structure and algorithms, and some topics in data structure and algorithms are dynamic programming, graphs, arrays, and strings. These are
okay,
some topics which I will cover in that time.
okay. So you are not going to cover your GD parts, communication parts, and grooming part, and all such things. You are not going to do this. So what you are
No,
going to
I am
do
not
for
going.
your objective type questions?
Yeah, actually, after 7 days, I have an online assessment test. So there's not any technical interview. That's only a assessment test.
No,
So
no, I had
for
just
that,
given you a situation. You can't relate with your real world. I had just given you a situation that you have an technical interview uh,
It is
in
an
next
interview,
seven
not
days.
a test.
What?
It is it
yeah.
is a
So if
it is a interview, not a test.
Yeah, it's not a test that you are not going to perform any activity. You have to just answer the question which you have been asked by your panels in front of his screen or by physical means. So it's an interview. What things you must prepare for this, and you have only 7 days.
yeah, yeah. If it is an interview, then I'll do prepare my physical setup in front of the who is taking my interviewer, and in what way I'll answer him, what are the topics which I have given in my resume, so he can ask some questions to me,
Okay.
uh, taking the questions from my resume, and I have to prepare the topics which I have described in that.
Okay. So
So I'll
you
have
are
to
going
prepare
to.
for these type of things, and yeah, I'll surely do some things grow some type of communication assessment, so that I can be frank, or I can be what to
More
say.
comfortable with the panels, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure, more
Okay.
comfortable.
Okay. Thank you, Arvind. So now I'm going to ask another interesting question with Jess. So Jess, you are ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. What do you think? What type of question I'm going to ask you?
Maybe related to tech or something else.
Okay. So as you had observed very carefully that I'm going to ask you a question from the technology. So now you guys have heard about Bing AI. You are
Yeah.
familiar with this?
So I've guessed it right.
Yeah, you guessed this right. So you are familiar with Bing AI or not?
Yes, yes.
So if
Microsoft being AI.
yeah, if you are familiar with Bing AI, nowadays ChatGPT is more familiar with other people. So tell us something more about Bing AI. What are the features there, and which is first, ChatGPT is first or Bing AI is first? Then you can elaborate your answer.
Okay. I think because ChatGPT has come very earlier, and ChatGPT has more and more popularity as compared to what we
Bing
can
AI.
say Bing AI. Because Bing is actually launched by Microsoft, and if you are using the Microsoft Edge as your browser, then you can find that Bing AI.
Okay.
Okay, but it's not necessary that everyone is using the browser named Microsoft Edge.
Yeah.
Most of the people, a large section of people use Chrome
Chrome.
for their any requirements. For example, they want to search any query on ChatGPT for any AI tool, so they use ChatGPT only because they go on Chrome and they search ChatGPT and ask the question to it. But Bing is only restricted to Microsoft Edge
Microsoft.
browser.
Yeah.
So comparing to ChatGPT, I have not used a Bing a lot because I have not been on a Microsoft Edge browser. I have not been using so much Microsoft Edge. I have been using so much Chrome. So I might think that the features on Bing will be less than actually ChatGPT, because if Bing was so much advanced than ChatGPT, then it is very obvious that people will use uh, Bing AI rather than ChatGPT. But it's not like that. And also,
Okay.
it's a point to note that Bing AI is actually simple to read when you are doing Google search on Edge. So it appears on side of the screen
Side of the
where
window.
results of the Bing.
Okay.
So it is different from ChatGPT. In ChatGPT has a, separate website for it, whereas Bing do not have maybe have separate website, but it works like an extension. As there are many extensions of ChatGPT. For example, I have downloaded a Chrome extension for ChatGPT, which works similar like Bing. So I don't think there is much need of Bing. If Bing brings more advanced technology, more advanced databases and algorithms, machine learning algorithms, so it might overtake ChatGPT, but it will take a lot of time because ChatGPT has now a very enormous amount of data as compared to ChatGPT.
Okay. Arvind, what happened to you that you had lost your video?
Yeah, I guess I have some
Was there in
network problem.
background?
Okay. So continue. Jess, Jess, you can now ask question with us. We are ready for
Okay,
you.
now I have a very interesting question for Ambuj.
Okay.
I think it will be the interesting question of this session
Okay.
and most challenging question. It was actually a movie scene which I have very recently seen. It has come on my homepage, so I would like to ask the same question. Okay, are you ready,
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ambuj? So okay, you are sitting. Suppose you are in a situation where three, four panels are sitting for an interview
Uh,
purpose for your.
please repeat. I hadn't listened what you had said earlier.
Okay, suppose three, four people are there
Okay.
who are taking your interview, and you are sitting alone in front of them
Okay.
in a, you can say, not very light, not very dark, in a background you can assume
Imagine. Okay.
at your. Okay, now I will ask the question. I'm the
Okay.
main person, and this is, for example, suppose this is a cup of coffee,
Okay.
and now you have to sell a cup of coffee to any one of us,
Okay.
but there is a condition.
Okay.
I would spit on it. Spit. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
So I spitted on you, and now let's take this cup of coffee and sell. Take
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Now, yeah,
Uh,
sell to me and Arvind.
okay. So
I have spitted
Really?
on this coffee, cup of coffee.
Okay, it's really a very challenging question. But we are in virtual screen, so I can't express that how I'm going to sell it, but I'm going to express that how I will sell and whom I am going to sell. Because
No, in this panel only you have to suppose there is two, three persons or maybe me and Arvind are there.
okay, so I'm just going to decide within the panel, not from the public.
And you are given only 2 minutes
Okay,
to sell.
I will take only 2 minutes. So, as the condition has given me that there is a cup of coffee and there are assuming three panel there, and the main panel who has given me the cup of coffee has spitted on this. So, as the two of the remaining panel has also seen that Jazz has spitted on the cup of coffee.
Right.
So this is much clear to me that the two remaining panel cannot drink this, and they are very sure about this. So I'm
You
not
have to
going to
sell.
ask. So I'm not going to ask with them that you can please take this coffee or not, such type of things. I'm just going to request the same panel who has spitted on coffee and ask him
I will not
to buy.
take.
What?
I will not take.
Okay, you will not take, but I will
Because
argue with this that please take or some. I will explain you about the coffee's quality or about your behavior with the coffee. Then you are going. I will make you feel like that you have to drink the coffee or you have to take this coffee, either you want to drink or not. But I will make you to feel that you are the only person who can use this coffee, so
okay.
you should do this all such things. I will.
Okay. Suppose now I will give you the answer.
Okay,
The what the hero of the movie has done in it.
okay,
So, for example, you have I am that person, and you are the interviewer, and you have spitted on it, and I have taken this glass. Now, what he
okay.
does is get this money. I have sold it to myself.
Okay.
I have sold that coffee to myself. Let's say take money, and he gets
Okay.
a job.
So that's interesting, but I'm not going to do all such things. If anyone has spitted on the coffee, then I'm not going to drink this. That's only a hero can do. I can't do.
Okay.
Okay, that's amazing and out of the box question. That's very good.
Yeah. So now next question is to Arvind.
Yeah,
It is a relatively easier question than this. Question was actually, suppose you are the team leader,
yeah,
okay, and your company sales is very low at this moment, and there are workers who are actually, and you cannot afford them to give a salary. So how would you talk to them that be with me, because this is a low time and we can, for example, we can survive now, and because money is everything, because the employers also think that I have some more money there, then I will go to other startups or other companies. So why would I work with you? So you have to handle this situation, and you have to take care that none of the person leave your company or office, means resign from the company, because your company has very low sales and you can't afford to give a
Salary.
normal salary which is given to them. You can only give, for example, half of their salary or more, less than half of the salary. So how will you convince them to work with you?
yeah. Sure. So if my relations with them are very good, so I'll tell them like we are a family and we have worked long for the company, and if we will work hard, so one day we will reach on a height, and our salary and our what will be the salary for till that time we will cover it for in that time. But at that time we should work on the say salary what we have. But there is a scenario, some of the some of the employees will say that we are not comfortable with you and we want how do we believe in you, what is the proof of that you will give all the rest of money. So in that case, I'll tell them to sell, to give some of the shares of the company, because if I cannot afford the money, but if I am the owner or I have some shares of the money, I can give some of them to them, and I can say that if you will work hard for the company, then you will make your price high, because now you are also a partner of me. If you will work hard for the company, the prices of the shares will go high, and you will make double money for what I am going to give you the shares of the company. So this can be the scenario of the problem. This can be the solution.
Right. This can be actually a good solution, technically speaking. Okay. Now it's your chance to ask question.
Yeah, sure. So my first question is to Jay.
Right.
Uh, the question is very simple. Describe your so far you have done many of great works, but describe me the biggest work failure in your life and how did you handle it?
Biggest failure.
Failure.
Work,
Yeah.
work failure. Yeah, you have worked on something for a long time, but you are failed in that thing.
Okay.
So, and give me any such kind of situation and how did you handle it?
Okay. I have a story with me for this. Actually, this was a JE story. When I was preparing for JE, I have taken drop for it. And actually, it was going very well. I was performing very well in test. And when I've given that test of I think February attempt, so it was very good. It was means good, and I thought that at that time I got around 96 point something percentile, and I thought that in this March attempt, I will leave because I will leave this attempt because there is only 15 days left, and there is a April attempt which I can get 1.5 months. So in this time gap, I will cover all the chapters that have been not covered by me and revise all the other topics. So I decided to leave the March attempt, and I decided I will give the April attempt. So we know that April attempt was actually postponed. I was very at that 1.5 months. I was doing very well. I was scoring about. I actually scored about 200 and 210 marks in mock test and J mains previous year papers. So actually, I was doing very well. But after the Corona and lockdown, second wave of Corona, so lockdown was there, and I just felt that okay, I have prepared for this. I decided I was actually distracted at that time, and I just stopped studying. For about 1 and 1.5 months, I have actually stopped studying. I have doing nothing for all day, and for about in the month of May, I have actually done nothing, and it was like my biggest what we can say dark time of my life, what I can consider, because I was doing nothing all the day. I was the person that was sleeping for only 5 to 6 hours earlier when I was preparing, and now I was sleeping 12 hours a day. So that was very contrasting. I was thinking of doing nothing, and all the day I was means seeing the news of Corona and all that things. Uh, it was very disturbing for me at that moment, and you know that our mother actually they very took care of us, and she got like what happened to you? You are sleeping for so many hours and you were not like that. So she was very actually disturbed. And in India, there is no psychologist, but what she did was very funny. She took nazar and what they do.
Hmm.
That what
Okay,
happened
okay,
to.
we understand your point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this was actually the moment, and when I've given the July attempt, it was not quite good. Means just after the month of May, I decided that I will now get back to study, and I given test on 1st of June. I was getting in our month of April 200 marks, and the same test I was scoring now 120. So it was very shocking to me that suddenly my hard work, which I've done for 3 4 months, suddenly it has gone in vain in just 1 month time. Then again I started preparing. I've taken my score to 180 marks till month of July and given the exam in July attempt, and I was scoring around 176 marks, but I got only 95 percentile. So I was very shocked at that moment, and that then again in the next attempt I again tried, and that was a more bad attempt. I think I got only in August attempt I got 93 percentile. I think so. This thing I think was the biggest failure in my life, but same thing I've learned a lot of things, because in the month of May I was like thinking that it is like a loop which is never ending, which is never going to end. But when your bad time comes, you think like that it is never going to end, but it is like it what we say in Hindi, that chale jayega, ye bhi nikal jayega somehow.
ये वक्त
So
भी
it was
गुजर
like that.
जाएगा.
ये वक्त भी गुजर जाएगा. So yeah, I learned this from that situation. So yeah, this was the failure. But yeah, I somehow managed to get into GSITS branch. So yeah, anything that happens for good. I think that's all.
Okay.
Uh, Thank you for your answer. It was a good discussion. And now I'll ask a question from Ambush Dwivedi. And the question is, there is a scenario that you are employed in a company. So now you have to work on a project, and you have a coworker, and it is very tough to please him. Please to make happy him, and you have to take some work from him, like if there is any project, you have to take some work from him, and you have to please him. So what will be the steps you will do to do that?
Okay. So in this type of work, that I'm very pretty sure that I will just divide the work like I'm doing some project, and the first step of project is like you have to make a portfolio, right? So I will just divide it that in the portfolio you will make this, and I will make this, and we will meet tomorrow. After having this work, we will going to the second step, and I'm not just going to make more and more comfortable with him to me and me to him, because I had seen in many cases when we had more comfortable with each other, then we will face some problem like I had done something more for you, and now the time is when you have to done something for me, then you are going to do like you are denying me, and now you are making such uh, excuses, all such things, then these things will just end with a fight or some relation, or relations are not good at that time. So in this type of work, I think I'm very clear with this. Like, if we are going to do a work together, then I will just divide it that. I'm going to do this, and you are going to do this. Whatever you think, that if you think that my work is easier, then you can take this, and I'm going to do your work. So which one you feel comfortable, you can take, and I will take whatever you will lift. So this thing makes him comfortable too, and me too. So our relation will not
Yeah,
be spoiled by this, and we are good to work together.
yeah, but when you are the leader of the project, and when
Okay.
you are a head, you have a responsibility that you have to take care of the work of other employees, and you cannot just say that you have to do that work in that particular time because
Okay. I hadn't think that
no.
I'm the team leader. So if I'm team leader, then I have to that my first step is to assign work. Like in my team, that there are many field specialists. Like someone is from web development, someone is from that development, someone is from that development, and every field has one of them is specialist. Then I will ask them that what is your specialization, and after getting their specialization field, then I will assign them the work that if your specialization in this field, then you should do this work, and if your specialization in this field, then you have to do this work. And then after I will make them clear that you should do this work, you should do this work, and you should do this work. And I will try to take a I think minor observation to them, that they are not going to disappoint them. Like someone is facing some problem with their specialization, then I will ask to some others that if you are feeling comfortable with this work, then you can help her or help him. Such type of responsibility I will take it, and I will make sure that our project will complete within the time.
Sure. So it was a good answer. Now we can end our meeting.
Okay. So thank you, Arvind. Thank you, Jess, and thank you to me also. That this Q&A session is very good, and we are enjoying it
It
very much.
started with Ambuj and ended with Ambuj.
Yeah. So the key point is today that I had started the meeting, and now I'm going to end the meeting. So we will meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Bye bye.